What is up, everybody? I'm Jared, and I'll be going over my core 4 NFL picks for PrizePicks today. If you're new here, make sure to hit like and subscribe. That way we know that you're following along with the picks. It also helps you to get notified when these shows are posted. And if you're not currently playing on PrizePicks and you want to give that site a try, if you sign up there using promo code WINDAILY, it'll get you 100% deposit match up to $100. We'll also go ahead and throw in a free 60-day trial period of Win Daily Gold for you. So we do have one game on tap tonight. It's Monday Night Football. We have a matchup between the Ravens and the Saints. Should be a fun game. Game has a total of about 46.5 right now, I think. So there should be some scoring. Let's go ahead and jump in to see where we're going to go tonight with our core 4. The first one that we are going to go with tonight is going to be Isaiah Likely. Let's go ahead and pull that one up. So if you follow the Ravens, you know that Lamar Jackson loves throwing to his tight ends. Mark Andrews has already been ruled out for tonight. So Isaiah Likely is going to have a much more prominent role in this offense tonight. He had a much more prominent role last weekend when Andrews left the game early. Ended up with 6 catches on a career-high 7 targets, and he also had 77 yards last weekend. He also ran a career-high 35 routes. So this should be, he had a career-high 35 snaps last week. So he should have a good game tonight. Again, if you follow and watch Lamar Jackson's games, throwing to his tight ends, that's in his wheelhouse. So Likely's been good when he's been given a chance. He's going to get a much bigger chance tonight. Our model actually has him over 50 yards tonight. So there's a lot of wiggle room with that 40.5 receiving yards. So we're going to go with the over on Isaiah Likely tonight. The next one that we're going to go with is going to be Andy Dalton and his 230.5 passing yards. And we're going to go with the over. Over the last 2 weeks, the Ravens have given up close to 600 yards through the air. Only 2 teams have given up more passing yards than the Ravens this season. They did have a 3-game stretch about midseason where they were a little bit better, but they've shown some regression over the last couple weeks. Dalton has shown the ability at times to have some big games. He went for over 360 against the Cardinals a couple weeks ago. He ended up with 230 last week, so he just missed the 231 that we need for this prop. But the Saints did beat the Raiders 24-0 last week, so they kind of pulled back on the passing game. Our model has him tonight at 255. So again, there's plenty of wiggle room for Andy Dalton to get to that 231 tonight. So we're going to go with the over. The next one that we're going to go with is going to be Alvin Kamara and his 105.5 rush plus receiving yards. There's few players in the game that have the upside that Kamara has. He is the main weapon in this offense, and he's extremely capable of having a monster game. He's hit this number with ease in 3 of the last 4 weeks, and the one game that he didn't hit this, he missed it by a half yard. Again, he's the primary weapon in this offense. Ravens have given up some monster games to primary weapons this season. Our model has him around 110 yards tonight. I expect him to go well over that because, again, this should be a high-scoring game. We're going to go with the over on the 105.5 rush plus receiving yard prop for Alvin Kamara. Last one that we're going to go with is going to be Kenyon Drake and his 44.5 rush yards. Gus Edwards is listed as doubtful for tonight's game. So that should mean that Drake should be the main option and should get the majority of the carries tonight. With that, all we'll need out of him is a couple big runs to get to this 44.5, and he's more than capable of doing that. He's hit at least 60 yards in 2 of his last 3, and that was with him not seeing the bulk of the carries like he will tonight. Our model has him over 60 yards tonight, so we're going to go with the over on the Kenyon Drake 44.5 rushing yards. So our core 4 tonight is going to be, we're going to go with the over on the 40.5 receiving yards for Isaiah Likely. We're going to go with the over on the 230.5 passing yards for Andy Dalton. We're going to go with the over on the 105.5 rush plus receiving yards for Alvin Kamara. And we're going to go with the over on the 44.5 rush yards for Kenyon Drake. So that's our core 4 tonight. If you end up using them, make sure to hit like and subscribe. That way we know that you're following along with the picks. Also, if you have any questions about your own picks, just make sure to drop some notes in the comments. We're always happy to answer any questions that you may have. That said, let's go 4-0 today. Good luck, everyone.